Welcome, everyone. My name is Cantorena Green, and I am so glad that you are here, that you've joined us. Like I said, no pressure to turn on your camera. We love to see your faces, though, if you're comfortable. But we're just so glad you're here. Hi, Robin. Wow, this is a really special time of year and very strange world happening around us. And so we are always looking for ways to come together as a community, to share our gifts. And we all know, like I was saying before, we all know the power that music has to comfort and to heal and to uplift us and to transport us to another time and to celebrate and to help us reflect. And so that's why we are here, is to have some moments with incredible members of our community who have gifts to share, and we're so extremely grateful for you all. So we are really taking to heart these days of awe. In fact, some people start this whole process of introspection and reflection the whole Hebrew month leading up to Rosh Hashanah, the Hebrew month of Elul. This process of asking people for forgiveness, granting forgiveness. We call it cheshbon hanefesh, an accounting of the soul. There's this whole concept of teshuvah, the Hebrew word teshuvah meaning to return. This is the most beautiful concept to me, right? So we're all thinking about teshuvah at this time, and how can I return? How can I return to my truest self? How can I return to who I truly am meant to be? If you put away all the to-do lists and the stress and the overreactions, I'm speaking for myself right now, not you, of course, then who are we truly? Who do we want to be? Who are we most proud of? Let's return to that person. And it's an ongoing process, of course. We don't wait for the high holidays to do this, but at the high holidays, it's a beautiful time to hit refresh, to try again, to check in, and always with love. And I just always want to remind myself that, remind all of you this, always with love and compassion for ourselves, because we are human beings who make mistakes, and it's okay. And actually, it was Rabbi Rose who really, he would always describe, I remember, he would always describe to the kids so beautifully, but it's not a kid message only, it's an everyone message. He would always say, you know, the Hebrew word chet, when we say, al chet shechatanu lefanecha, in our liturgy, we say, it's commonly translated in our prayer book as, for the sin I have committed against you. But you know, translations are tricky. They kind of limit us. And when we hear that word sin, we think, hold on a second, what does that mean? I'm Jewish. What do I think about sins? Do I connect with that word? And he was the one to remind everyone that word chet, it actually means something a little different. It really means when someone pulls back that bow and arrow and shoots the arrow towards the bullseye and they miss. They miss the bullseye just a little bit. That's what chet means, is to miss the mark. I missed the mark. I was aiming towards this, and this is what I ended up doing. And the beautiful thing about that metaphor and that definition of chet, meaning to miss the mark, is that we can always pick it back up, pick up the bow again and shoot the arrow again. We can always start fresh. We can always try again. And we have this beautiful tradition of music that helps us to, whether we're creating the music or we're performing the music or we're receiving the music, music is there to help us through this process. And so these beautiful people have agreed to lead us in different ways this evening. Thank you so much. Tim is here, and we're going to meet everyone, and David Loftus and Michael Barnes and Michael Allen Harrison and his daughter Esther, and we'll be hearing also, oh, are the Coles on the call yet? I don't see them yet. Okay, so Annabelle and Olivia Cole, we're going to be sharing something from them. So I hope this is a time for you to breathe, for you to receive, for your mind to wander to the important things in life, and to help you truly return. So I'm going to ask, as as you present your art to us, that you introduce yourself and tell us why it is you chose what you chose. So Tim, would you start us off, please?
Hi, thanks, Cantor. Um, yeah, so my name is Tim Ribner. I've been playing for the CBI for maybe 5 or 6 years now, which is awesome. And let's see, I chose this theme of return and actually renewal with this piece I'm about to do because I realized as I was learning it that I hadn't learned a new song like for this whole year. It feels like I've been playing a lot of blues because it just seems to fit the time, a lot of F blues. But anyway, so I'd heard this song before a lot, and I really dug it, especially the bridge, which is the middle section. It's this beautiful bridge, and so the song is "I Think It's Gonna Rain Today" by Randy Newman, and it's a very interesting song, and I think you'll find it has some themes for this year and for this new year that we're celebrating. Yeah, it's very fresh for me. So I hope you enjoy. This is Randy Newman's I Think It's Gonna Rain Today. Broken window, empty hallway, pale dead moon in a sky streaked with gray. Human kindness is overflowing, and I think it's going to rain today. Scarecrows dressed in the latest style, frozen smile to chase love away. Human kindness is overflowing, and I think it's gonna rain today. Lonely, lonely, tin can at my feet. Guess I'll kick it down the street. That's the way to treat a friend. Right before me, the signs they implore me. Help the needy and show them the way. Human kindness is overflowing, and I think it's gonna rain today. Oh, won't you please, please rain today? Yes, I think it's gonna rain today.
Yay.
Thank you.
This is the universal Zoom clapping.
Awesome.
So beautiful. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Tim. And what an interesting observation that it had been a while since you learned something new, and what an important part of living to try something new, right?
Yeah, it was that and a David Bowie song from Ziggy Stardust. So I figured that one has its place as well. It's the final track, but I thought this one spoke to me a little bit more for the moment. So, but
Perfect.
I love them both.
Thank you. Thank you. David Loftus, would you share?
Yeah, hi. This is something I wrote just for this event, so It's pretty self-explanatory, I think. When Voltaire's Dr. Pangloss says in Candide that we must cultivate our own garden, it is, of course, a metaphor. Your garden may indeed be a garden, or it might be writing, or music, or your place of residence, or your children, or your classic car, or your circle of friends by choice. Anything you care about that has order and beauty and expresses your personality, character, and values. Anything over which you have some ability to guide and improve. Anything where you have the power of making active choices is your garden. Above all, your garden is the self, your mind, your emotions, your ability to act and perceive what is happening around you. It's the positive side of the dualism delineated in the Serenity Prayer. The things I need the courage to change if I possess the wisdom to distinguish them from the things I cannot. As with any cultivated plot, your garden is most productive when it receives opportunities to lie fallow. A constant pressure for growth will not necessarily get a garden to perform at its best. All of humanity's problems stem from our inability to sit quietly in our room alone, wrote Pascal. When we make ourselves unceasingly busy, when we reach automatically for distraction, from our toys, our handhelds, from other people, even from our garden itself, whatever it may be, we are in fact neglecting our garden. The garden of the self is remarkably self-healing if we give it the chance. All it needs is time. We don't have to hunt up things for it to do. As Camus wrote, humans have a tiresome tendency to label as fate anything that crushes them, but moments of joy are just as fateful as sorrow, because happiness too is arbitrary and inevitable. Sitting quietly alone in one's room is a lot tougher now than it was in Pascal's time, though. He didn't even have access to electricity to lengthen the day, let alone television and the internet to fill the nights. The door to our domicile used to be a bulwark against the outside world, but now only our mind, our will, can do the job of shutting out external clamor and demands. If we allow them to, these invaders can fill our minds, our emotions, our days with preoccupation over things we cannot change that demand psychic energy, which should be going to our garden or our work. Edward Dahlberg wrote, "Unless I go to my table and work each day, the stars disappear, the heavens go out, and the world vanishes." He was kind of paraphrasing something from the Bhagavad Gita and says as much. He quotes the passage as, "If I did not always work unwearying, men would follow my ways. The world would perish. If I did not work, I should bring back chaos and all beings would suffer." But you don't want to take that too seriously. Work includes recharging and rest, or it risks becoming manic activity for its own sake. As the Zen-inspired quip goes, in a kind of echo of Pascal, don't just do something, sit.
Oh no, we lost your picture. That was, thank you so much. Thank you, David. We're all giving you, I don't know if you can see us because we can't see you at the moment, but we're all giving you Zoom love. Thank you so much for sharing. This is so wonderful. We have some nice comments in the chat also. Thank you. Michael Barnes?
Yes. Am I unmuted?
You are unmuted.
Okay. Well, Raina, thank you for asking me to add to this. I'm kind of in a Handel rut, as you know. The last time I played anything, it was by Handel. I can try to say that I'm going to play a little piece. It's usually a harp concerto, but I'm going to play it on my little pipe organ that I have here at the end of my dining room. And it's sort of a renewal of the organ because it was either tune the harpsichord or just vacuum around the organ. And you made me vacuum, Raina. that vacuum, and I vacuumed up all the dust that I didn't want sucked going through the organ, you know, all
Cleaning
the,
up, cleaning up is good for the tissue process. This is good.
yeah, it was very good. So I'm going to move over here to the organ. I think you can see it. It used to be at the old church. It's supposedly one of the oldest organs in the state of Oregon. It's from 1861, and I bought it years ago, and it's been in many different locations, but I'll try and get myself situated here. This is Handel's harp concerto, I mean organ concerto in B flat. I haven't played on this organ for probably 3 years, so I'm renewing the ability to play this organ.
That is renewal. I didn't realize. Thank you for sharing and vacuuming. Michael, I think you're on your iPhone, so you can't see all of us giving you Zoom applause.
Right.
Oh, you changed it? Okay.
I can see myself, but that's it.
Oh, okay. So I'm telling you, you got some serious Zoom applause. You sound beautiful. Thank you. So unique. I like how casually you say, you know, about your pipe organ from the late 1800s in your dining room. Just like everyone has, you know.
Yeah, you know, it's a piece of furniture most of the time. You know, you can stack dishes on it, you know, books, but today it gets to make some music, so that's what it was made for. It says on it it's a portable pipe organ, but let me tell you, moving it is something else.
Not portable like a guitar.
No, no.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Chelsea, do you mind sharing a special video? Is Annabelle on this call? Let's see here.
Yes, I am here.
Annabelle, I hear you. Oh, there you are. Hi. Hi. Annabelle, is your sister around yet, or is she still
Around, unfortunately.
Okay.
I can
Totally understand.
Yes.
Would you mind introducing what you and your sister are going to sing on this video that we're going to share?
Yeah, not at all. So we chose the song Sweet as Honey, and we chose it, well, for more obvious reasons because of honey and Rosh Hashanah and our wish for a sweet new year. But it's also a song that we've heard at camp in the summer times, and to me, it really resonates for like my Jewish community, and it makes me miss it a lot. So I'm so happy to see all of you here listening to us. And although Olivia can't make it, I know this song means a lot to her as well. So our performance is not live, but we are really excited to share it with you.
Thank you so much. We are so glad that you're sharing this with us. Chelsea, are you able to share? Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah la'asok b'divrei Torah. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue.
Such beautiful harmonies. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, and do you sing at services sometimes?
I don't. My sister does sometimes, but
Oh, okay. We're gonna be talking. Okay, we'll do this. We'll text. We'll call. We'll be talking. Thank you so much for sharing. Wow, isn't it amazing how different? What a variety of music we have, variety of styles, and how they touch us in such similar and different ways. You probably can hear my kids are making music in the bath right now, if you're wondering what that noise is. I wanted to share a poem with you by liturgist Alden Solovey from his book, The Grateful Heart, that I thought was really meaningful at this time. The season of return. This is the season of returning to ourselves and to our people, of returning to our God and returning to our calling. This is the season of quiet, of quieting the mind to hear the voice, of quieting the heart to hear the soul, of quieting the self to make space for the Ein Sof. It's a name for God. This is the season of surrender, of surrendering odd quirks and old habits to dignity and kindness, of surrendering fear and despair to hope and adventure, to honor and to service. This is the season of returning to wholeness and love, to prayer and charity, to family and friends. This is the season that reminds us who we are and who we might become. The season that summons us to return ourselves to purpose and our lives to God's holy word. Alden Soloby. All right, I want to turn it over to Michael Allen Harrison. Thank you so much for being here. And I see Esther in the background. Hi. I'll ask you to tell us a little bit about what you're going to share.
Well, this is a song I wrote about 29 years ago. And I wrote this for my first daughter, who is going into middle school. And it's called New Beginnings. And then Esther is just started middle school this year. So yeah, so this is kind of a very special piece of music for me. And it's also you know, Esther's been taking piano lessons for quite a while, and she's really good at improvising and making up her own music, and we like to play together. And I'll just start something, and then she's just throws in her creativity and just puts a little extra Esther spice on it. So this is also a new song for her to do with me, and I haven't played this for a long time, so this is really with everything going on that we all been experiencing. You know, we're all having to shift and to do new things. It seems like there's a new beginning almost every day. To, you know, as when we wake up every morning, you know, it seems to me that we're all just trying to figure out what's next. What do we do next? So it just feels like every day is a new beginning, really. And so here's New Beginnings.
You sure are a good team. Wow, I heard that spice, that I heard the Esther spice. Wow, beautiful. We hope to hear you collaborate more and more.
We will be, yes. Yeah, lots of new stuff coming up.
Thank you so much for giving your time to us. You all are so gifted. This is so beautiful. I don't want it to end. Um, I want to share something, and I also want to give the option out there. If any of our presenters want to present something else, I would be thrilled. I'm just putting you on the spot, and I don't mean to, but if anyone wants to, that would be wonderful. As you think about that, I would love to share something. I would love to share something written by Ilana Arian and Noah Aronson. And it is a version of Hashivenu, which we sing at the High Holidays, Return Us, O God, Renew Our Days, that invites other people's prayers into it. And so I'm gonna start by singing bye Esther, thank you. See you soon. I'm gonna start by singing We Return to Love, and then I'll sing the Hebrew. And then what I'm hoping is if you would like to share in the chat what it is that you pray, what it is that you're praying we return to, either personally or as a world. What is it that you're returning to, your prayer of return for the year? And we'll try to incorporate that into the music. You'll see what I mean. It will make more sense in just a moment. Okay. I think it will make more sense. We'll see. Again, this is We Return, Hashivenu, written by Ilana Arian and Noah Aronson. We return, we return, we return, return again. We return, we return, we return, return again and again to love, to love, to love. We return again to love. Think about what it is that you would like to return to, either personally or in our world globally. Write it into the chat, a word, an idea, a prayer. Hashivenu Adonai, Elecha v'nashuva, Kadesh Yameinu, we return, we return, we return, return again. We return, we return, we return, return again and again to kindness, to justice, we return, return again and again. I'm gonna look at which ones I missed because I don't want to miss any of them. To so many good ones. To less fear, to taking care, to being in person again, returning to the optimistic heart, to love, to health, to truth, we return again to love. Amen to all of your prayers. Thank you so much for contributing. No pressure at all, but if one of our presenters wants to offer something else, we would absolutely love it before we say goodnight.
Okay, I have something
Okay,
I'd love to share.
thank you.
Am, am I able to share my screen? Am I able to do that?
Oops, I was talking and no one could hear me. I don't think you can unless Chelsea can give you that ability.
Can you give me that ability, Chelsea?
Yes, try one more time.
Okay, hold on.
Ooh, getting fancy now.
Okay. Well, every morning.
What's going on, guys? Mark Wilson here.
Hold on a second.
Retired U.S. Army.
This is my YouTube channel. I have my YouTube channel. I put out a new video every morning, and the channel is called Anti-Anxiety COVID-19 Music, and I'm on day 191 since I started.
Oh my goodness, you started in
I put
March.
a new video every day, and so as you were talking, one of my original songs is called Peaceful Places, and I thought that would be a good one to share. So hold on, let me go to, I think this is share screen. There we go. And tell me if you see it.
Yes, yes, we
Are
do.
you seeing it? Okay, great. So let me put it into full screen here.
Yeah, yes.
And here we go.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Wow, a video a day. I'm very behind. Oh, I can't hear you.
Tomorrow, oh, let me see here. Am I still on mute? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Tomorrow is day 192. So every day I either I'm writing a new song or I'm playing a cover, um, and then I'm either taping myself here in the studio, and then I have a subscription to footage. So all that footage came from a library, and so I have a subscription, and I can just grab all these scenes, and then I mix it in and on iMovie. I've learned how to do all this stuff during COVID. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to show it, because this what I call this COVIDian interlude has also been a lot of new beginnings for me and new opportunities to do things differently. And so I didn't know how to do any of this stuff.
Wow.
So, you just get on your computer and I'm a curious cat anyway. So I like to learn. So all these new things are feeding my soul, not feeding my pocketbook yet, but it's feeding my soul and it's feeding others. Very much so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everyone is figuring out how to reinvent themselves and feed their
Absolutely.
soul, which
Yeah.
is really the theme of this season now. Debbie, was that a heart? I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. That's where I want to go, where you were in that video. That's where I want to go to reflect. I'm going to reflect there. That's what I'm going to envision. Thank you. Thank you. Michael, did you want to share anything else? Does anyone else? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. Olivia is here. Hi, Olivia. Thank you. Thank you, Olivia and Annabelle. We enjoyed your Sweet as Honey. It indeed was sweet as honey. Thank you so much. I can't wait to sing with you again. And thank you, Michael and Esther, for sharing, and Michael Barnes and Tim. And I don't want to forget anyone, Tim and David. We lost David, but it was wonderful to hear from him and be inspired by him. Thank you all so much. You know, the beautiful thing about doing this personal work and figuring out how to feed our own souls is that inevitably when we do the personal teshuva, when we do the personal work, inevitably it carries out into the world and really makes a more peaceful, happy, loving world. Absolutely, I believe that. An eternal optimist over here, that if we keep doing the work, that sends love out into the universe. And I'm just praying for 5781 to be a year of health and a year of inclusion and of love and compassion for us all. And so I know that that we're going to take all this to heart and go out in the world and make it happen. And I thank you all so very much. Shana Tova. It's going to be to a better year, to a better year ahead. Thank you all so much.